Welcome everybody to this edition of Attention Talk Video. I'm your host, ADHD and Attention Coach Jeff Copper, and I'm here today to talk a little bit about motivation. And one of the things that I've learned in coaching is just basic observation. And I've talked before about other tips about motivation, but one of the things that's always fascinated to me is that notion of what you're motivated to do. Marketers have cracked the secret years ago, in that you're motivated to obtain pleasure or to relieve pain. It's pretty much pure and simple. And everything you do, everything that you end up doing at some point in time, that motivation is based on yourself. I can't tell you how many times I've coached those with ADHD who are doing things and they're saying they're doing it for somebody else. And it's funny because if you're lying to yourself, you're lying about the situation. And I think you need to realize is that while you think you're doing something for somebody else, you're really kind of doing it for yourself. I think those with ADHD, if you really stop and get rid of the stories you tell yourself, is that when you're uncomfortable, you're bored, you're crawling out of your skin, you're going to do something else. And people don't do things, they don't do things that they're not motivated to do, and there's always something they're getting in exchange. So for example, there's a lot of people that I've coached who love to be noticed by other people. They do things for other people in exchange to be noticed. And notice is not being the center of attention. Sometimes it's as simple as somebody like raising their eye, like, wow, he said something smart or something like that. A lot of those with ADHD, I find their passion is actually being noticed by other people, and in return they do things for them. So they're getting this thing back. And I think it's really important to know is that those things that you do, while you might not think that you're doing them for yourself, you really are. And if you begin to pause and say, oh, I'm doing this, how's it serving me? What am I getting out of it? It's a very powerful question. And if you can strip back the layers and get rid of the automatic responses, those programmed responses that you say, and say, really, what am I getting out of it? You might be really surprised. I was coaching an individual one time who wanted coaching on their child cleaning their room, and I said, why is it so important to you that they clean the room? And they're like, well, this is important for the kid. I said, no, I understand the kid might get something out of it. Why is it so important to you? And what it revealed was their spouse was not very tolerable of the messy room, and what it did for them is if the room was clean, when the spouse came home, there was peace that night. That's a perfect example of really what I'm talking about. That motivation for her son to clean the room was really about peace that night for her, and the byproduct was her son. I think this is, again, really important as you begin to watch your actions and understand your motivation. Almost everything you do is for pain or to relieve pain or pleasure to get something that you want. And as you begin to look at what you do and think about motivation and try to coach yourself, keeping this in mind and asking those questions, why is this important to me? What am I getting out of it? Can reveal some just absolutely amazing things. So I hope that you've enjoyed this tip. I hope you ponder it. Leave a comment or two if you will. I'll be happy to respond to some of those. Always like the lively discussions we get. If you want to learn about me, go to digcoaching.com, where we excavate the aha daily. And please subscribe to our channel. We give out weekly tips on ADHD and attention. Hope you enjoy. Thanks for tuning in.